Hey guys, it's Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming to watch this video. And today I'm going to be talking about EDS, which stands for Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. So if you're interested, then stay tuned. So EDS is a group of genetic connective tissue disorders. With EDS, our body has an issue with making collagen, and collagen is a very important protein in the body, and it just kind of like helps hold us all together in like one piece. So this lack of collagen can cause issues with skin, joints, blood vessels, tissue, muscles, and so much more because collagen is literally everywhere in the body. And there are 13 different subtypes of EDS that are currently found. And all of them have a genetic marker discovered with them except for one type, which is the hypermobility type. And that so happens to be the type that I have. It is the most common, and it is estimated that 1 in 5,000 people have HEDS. So some of the common symptoms with HEDS include joint pain, joint dislocations and subluxations, stretchy skin, easy bruising, poor wound healing, muscle weakness, and obviously hypermobility. You don't have to be extremely hypermobile in order to have the hypermobility type, but typically you have some kind of level of hypermobility. For example, one common flexible move that people can do is they can touch their thumb to their wrist. I cannot do that, and there are many other common hypermobility maneuvers that I can't do, but I can do some of the less common ones. I also don't have subluxations or dislocations, but I do have a lot of the joint pain. For example, you have probably seen this black stuff on my wrist, and this is KT tape, but this month my wrists have really been killing me. And they hurt when I do any type of like fine motor things, like holding my phone in a certain position, or writing or typing, driving, like anything that requires me to hold my fingers in a certain position, and that hurts my wrists after like a couple of minutes. So the past couple of days I've had tape on my wrist to see if that would help, and it is helping about 50%. I'd like it to help a little bit more, obviously, but for now I'll take it. So in case you're wondering what this is, yeah. And then I also get a lot of pain in my leg joints when I walk for longer than about 5 minutes. So anytime I go to a store, when you look at my set of symptoms, you might not immediately think EDS, but I do meet the criteria. And now that we do know I have EDS, it is very obvious that for one, I've had it my whole life, and two, it is the cause for a lot of my other health problems. For example, EDS is likely the cause of my POTS, and I know that doesn't really make sense because POTS has to do with your blood flow and your heart rate, while EDS has to do with your joints and your tissue. But over time, because of the lack of collagen, your blood vessels will get looser and weaker. And when those blood vessels are too weak, they're not able to contract and pump the blood around correctly. So that then makes the heart work even harder to try and get that blood moving, which causes the increase in heart rate, and the stretchy blood vessels cause the blood pooling and the lack of circulation, which can also lead to dizziness when I stand up, and not when I'm standing, like anytime. So it's all just a crazy mess. I can just blame EDS for a lot of things in my life, and that's okay. So I have been diagnosed with EDS for 3 years, but since it is a genetic condition, I've actually had it my whole life. Throughout high school, I would get a lot of joint pain. I was in competitive marching band, and I would have like 10-hour practice days, and I would always come home extremely sore and in a lot of pain after that, and I would always like have the KT tape on it, but we didn't really know it was anything specific. We just thought I had poor stability in my knees and my ankles. And then I've had like other little signs throughout my my whole life. The diagnosis didn't start coming together until we looked into POTS, because like I said, EDS can cause POTS. And so POTS and EDS kind of go hand in hand. And if you have a doctor that knows and treats POTS, they likely at least know what EDS is. And so I was diagnosed with POTS on the exact same day by the same doctor as I was with EDS, because he diagnosed me with POTS, and he knew that EDS and POTS went hand in hand, and then he went ahead and looked at the criteria for EDS, so that way he could save me another diagnosis and searching later on, and we could just get it done with and already know that's what I have. So that was awesome of him. And now that we have all the dots connected with POTS and EDS and the rest of my childhood, everything makes so much sense. I mean, I probably have an instance at least once a week where I can think back to my childhood to like a random symptom occurrence and be like, oh my gosh, that was POTS all along, and we just like never knew. So yes, it's pretty cool. But at this point, I think I'm kind of rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something about EDS. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!